I know what my priorities are. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am alcoholic. Today, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. I shared yesterday about how, I will go to my grave advocating for and telling as many people as I possibly can about the power and the efficacy of the 12-step program of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's the only program that ever worked for me. It still works, and it's going to continue to work until the day that I die. I also shared I want to talk about some of the problems within the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous. And keep in mind, we're talking about two different things. You got the perfect 12-step program. It's a perfect program for imperfect people. And those imperfect people are what make up the fellowship and also where the majority of problems reside. So I'm not saying every meeting is going to have these problems. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the exact opposite, to be honest with you. But you may come across those certain meetings where you see some of these things pop up. And so I want to share with you, talk and have this conversation with you about these problems so you may have a better idea of what's going on. Today I want to talk about drug addicts inside of an AA meeting. I remember back to being in meetings, a new person would come in, and I'm sitting there wondering, man, I wish they'd speak up. I wonder what their story is, wondering what's going on with them. And when they finally do speak up, somebody else jumps up and says, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you can't say this, you got to say that over there, and all this stuff. Next thing you know, we put all these rules and regulations on what this newcomer is supposed to say and how they're supposed to do things. And some of you might rightfully say, well, I've never seen that happen. And I hope that's true. I hope you never have. I hope you never will. But I have. I have seen these things happen. And I use the example of a drug addict identifying as a drug addict within an AA meeting. Somebody comes in, they speak up and say, hi, my name is Joe. I'm a drug addict. And somebody always stands up and says, well, nope, hold on. You can't identify as a drug addict. You have to identify as an alcoholic. This is an AA meeting. They're not doing that to be mean. I get that now. Now I get that. They're not doing it to be mean. What they're trying to do is enforce the AA singleness of purpose. Think of tradition number 5, the sole purpose of the AA group. Matter of fact, Bill Wilson writes, freedom from alcohol through learning and practicing the 12 steps is the sole purpose of the AA group. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to enforce that singleness of purpose. Matter of fact, drug addicts come into AA meetings. You may hear somebody say, well, please confine and limit your discussion to only problems about alcohol. Again, that's part of that singleness of purpose. So what does all this mean for a drug addict setting in an AA meeting, an AA group, if you will? Well, what I'm about to share with you may upset you, may offend you. I don't mean to, but if it does, I encourage you to call your sponsor. If you don't have a sponsor, then you got bigger problems than what to deal with than what I have to say here on these monologues. I will include the link for your reference in this pamphlet number 35, P35, written by Bill Wilson in 1958, I believe it was. He himself says to the drug addict coming into an AA group, coming into an AA meeting, he himself says, we cannot give AA membership to non-alcoholic narcotic addicts. He is saying we cannot give that straight drug addict a membership into AA group. And so now he does go on to say that straight addicts can attend certain open AA meetings, but they must respect the singleness of purpose of that AA meeting. Okay, there are certain open meetings that will even allow a drug addict to share about their drug addiction problems, an open violation of the singleness of purpose that they want to preserve. In my mind, if an open meeting is openly violating the singleness of purpose, why are they calling themselves an AA meeting? Why not just call yourself a non-AA meeting? That part I don't get. And it becomes even more problematic, especially because the court systems and the treatment facilities, they lump drug addiction and alcoholism all into one basket, and they put people into the system and they send them off, tell them to go to AA meetings. Matter of fact, you can read, I'll include this link as well, the GSC from spring of 1988, they even talk about this, and they even say, hey, we can fight this by simply educating people about what AA is and what AA isn't. I'll include that link as well. At the end of the day, Bill Wilson said straight drug addicts cannot be members of the AA group. He never said they couldn't work the AA program. Matter of fact, my first sponsor, he was a straight drug addict who worked the AA program. If only there were a place where a drug addict and an alcoholic could come together, sit down and have a conversation and not worry about offending this rule or violating that guideline or pissing this person off or saying this, that, or the wrong thing. Wait a minute. There is. And it's called crosstalk. With that being said, I'm out of time. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I cannot be any more appreciative. Emily, I did a good job. I didn't say a whole lot of cuss words, I don't think. We'll be talking again soon, guys. Remember, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.